you know you don't have to do it by yourself, right? You know that this is not what we were made to endure. It is too heavy a burden to bear when we trek this journey along, when we do this alone, when we walk this path alone. It's damn near impossible to do it by yourself. If this message is resonating with you and you want to stick around, I have a channeled messages from some of my spirit guides. I'm sitting with 3 in particular who are speaking about this almost a desire, like a tendency, and I'm seeing this pushback, like somebody super tough, being conditioned in this manner to do everything by themselves. I feel like a lot of people who are watching this might have some difficult Saturn placements, whether that's Saturn like in opposition, squared, maybe some 12th house placements, right? Or again, simply being conditioned to harden yourself, never having the opportunity to embrace softness, which can look like support, which often looks like support. And the spirits are saying you don't have to do this by yourself. And they're not even talking about calling upon your spirits, which absolutely you should. And I'll get into that in just a moment. But they're talking about calling upon other people. They're talking about calling upon other people, friends, neighbors, community members, people who you can dream with, people who can help nurture, willingly, lovingly nurture your dreams as well. People who, once you get with them, it feels like it was destined, fated. We are meant to be in each other's lives. We are meant to support each other's destiny. They're saying that this is available to you should you welcome it, should you receive it. The first card I have here is Rider. And in this deck, it is the first card. It's number 1. And it speaks about intention. It speaks about intention. What is your intention? What is your ask? And being very mindful of the ask and if that is truly what you desire. This is where I do believe spirit comes in, because we can be in practice of going to our altars and saying, ancestors, spirits, whoever you might work with, God, your version of God, I call her the Great Mother. Yes, the Black Madonna. Earth, the 4 corners. You can ask for direction. You can ask for correction. You can ask to be orientated toward your destiny, so that the asks, the requests that come out of your mouth, because a lot of you have very powerful mouths, I'm seeing, right? Very powerful manifestation, whether you are conscious of it or not, right? It's like the thing that you speak is the thing that becomes. So you have to be very mindful of what you say, very mindful of how you speak about yourself, about situations, very mindful of, oh my gosh, I can't find a job, I'm broke, nobody loves me. Be very mindful about that approach. That may be the way that you are feeling, but asking spirit for correct perception will help to start to correct that language. Something that one of my good friends says is, especially when it comes to money, is like, oh, it's not liquid right now, right? Like it's not liquid right now. I'm not able to access it right at this moment. It's coming, it's on the way, and she speaks in that manner. When I say I have lived with depression, right? I have experienced depression. This is not to downplay the effects that it has on one's life, or the reality of, mental illness is real. That's not to downplay it. It is to help configure your relationship with it so that you can have asks and requests that are in alignment and supportive of your destiny. And when you make those ask requests, they come through very clearly, right, as you manifest. So this is where you do get with spirit and you ask them, right, to reorient you, right, and go through those corrective measures and clarify your intention. Right? We're talking about you not doing it alone. When you ask for help, you have to ensure that you are asking for good help. Sometimes we get into that state of despair and we're asking something out of urgency. And that urgency, that particular ask, can often manifest chaotically. Some people love chaos. Some people love chaos, but that's not where many of you are anymore. So we don't want that chaoticness that comes with it, that chaos that comes with it, right? We want to open the roads, clear the obstacles, smooth the path, and sweeten the path and bless the path, right? And sometimes that takes a little bit more reconfiguring, realigning, right? Recalibrating and getting very clear in the ask. But you don't have to do it alone. And I'm also hearing, here's another card. I'm also hearing from the mountain. Remember how I kind of started this conversation that many of us may have been hardened, conditioned into this almost, I don't know why these are words that are coming forward, but almost like a toxic stoicism. I don't know if any of you have studied stoicism as a philosophy, but I am accountable for every single thing that happens in my life, and I have no connection or no attachment, not connection, attachment to anything. If it happens, this is the way it's supposed to happen. But there's almost this like toxic stoicism where the calcification, and then you become the hardened thing, you become the mountain, you become the blockage itself, you become the barrier, and it becomes, no, I can do everything on my own, I can do this by myself, right? This over dependence on self. And like I said, it's too heavy a burden to bear alone. When you become the mountain, not only are you the obstacle, but you present an obstacle to other people. Yes, baby. Do you have a message? See how he's asking for help? Maze is asking for help. Maze is opening his mouth. We can learn from our animal friends, right? We can learn from our our spirit companions and animals. But what was I saying? When you become the mountain, you become an obstacle not only for self, like this, I am unmoved. I'm not going to ask for help. But as I stated before, when you get in alignment with the right people, it feels like we support each other's destinies. There is a sort of acceleration. I kind of use that word often, but I don't mean that things are necessarily speeding up. But it can kind of feel that way, right? Your perception changes, like because things become possible, because you can collaborate, because you are open to the spirit of collaboration and you welcome that into your court, things start to move, right? It feels like obstacles are removed. For example, with my spirit partner, Jada K Story, together with the twin hoodoo mothers, I spoke to her and I said, I feel like we need some type of assistance, somebody who can help us with some logistic things, some admin support. And literally like the next day, spirit sent the exact person who it was supposed to be. And I was like, oh, look at that. So there's this shedding of the overcompensation and the toxic stoicism of I can do everything by myself. Don't be an obstacle to yourself, and also don't be an obstacle for someone else fulfilling your destiny. Perhaps it is their destiny to help you, right? Perhaps it is their destiny to be of good aid and service and collaboration to you. So don't be an obstacle for them, right? We have to shed this demeanor that we are meant to do it all by ourselves. That is a lie. That is a lie, right? And same thing, vice versa, that you be of good service, aid, and collaboration to someone else, right? So you don't have to do it all by yourself. You do not have to do it all by yourself. Spirit, do you have any other messages? Maybe a final message here. Yes. Yeah, Ashe. Scales of life. It must be balanced for you to carry. What did I say? I mean, spirit, like the confirmation. The confirmation. Did I not just say that? That it can become too burdensome. It must be balanced for you to carry. You must find the people that can help you bring things into fruition. And I think sometimes people feel that you have to start with such a big thing. Like maybe you have a big project in mind and that'll take a couple of helping hands, but you can start small, right? You can start with, if you have a friend nearby, like, hey, do you want to run errands with me? It would just be nice to have somebody with me to keep me organized, while I work through the things that I got to get for home. Do you want to go take a walk with me? I just want to get my body moving. It would be nice to have someone there to speak to speak with. Do you have a moment to talk? Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Do you have a moment to talk? I would love to bounce an idea off of you. I value your opinion. It would be great to have a little bit of extra input if you have the capacity, right? If you have the spoons. And I find that approach, again, when you have the clarity of intention, and you are asking the correct people, the correctly aligned people, that they often say yes. And even if it's not a yes, it is usually as soon as I have the spoons, let's put something on the books. Like, yeah, like I can talk on Friday. Is that okay? Or they'll tell you someone else, they'll connect you to someone else and say, actually, you know what? So and so is really good at that. They know all sorts of people. I can connect you, right? And it's such a beautiful thing. One last card here: resilience, immune to poison. When we call in the correct support, we become immune to poison. I talk a lot about like the virus and the types of pathogens that are spiritual pathogens that are out there that work diligently to inhibit our gifts, to inhibit expression. But when you have the clarity, when you release the overcompensation of stoicism, of I can carry everything by myself, when you realize that it must be balanced for you to carry, and when you call in that good support, when you accept and receive that good support, you become immune to poison. Things are lesser able to harm you because you are not a solo target, right? Think of how, animals watch their prey in the wild. They hunt their prey and they wait until that animal is in isolation, right? Usually they'll wait until it's in isolation. It's gotten away from the herd. I can strike now. I can strike. You don't have to allow yourself to be a meal. You don't have to allow yourself to be prey. You don't have to allow yourself to be a target. Having the right people around you makes you more resilient. That's the actual stoicism that many of you are wanting to emulate. The actual stoicism, the actual being bolstered up and being upright, right? And having this very confident air about you is not just about you. It's because of the support that you have as well. None of this is by ourselves. So you become more resilient when you have the correct aid and assistance. So the ancestors, the spirits are telling you, babes, call in support. You don't have to do it by yourself. Any other messages, Spirit? Ashe. Asheo, asheo, asheo. If this message resonated with you and you feel that you want some more support, you want to ask for some aligned help, I am offering monthly Temple of the Black Madonna healing service ceremony. It's a fully distant healing ceremony. I send the proof. I send, pictures, images, prayers, whatever it gets downloaded and whatever messages need to be transmitted to those who participated. But this is a beautiful ask. This is a beautiful way to ask for help, and to ask for help clarifying, getting reorientated, and also shedding shedding any blockages that are coming internally. That's a beautiful ask, a beautiful petition to ask for the people to come into your life to help you carry, in a balanced manner. A beautiful petition would be to ask for more resilience in the form of support coming in. Yeah. So the Great Mother can help, and I would be very honored to hold your petitions so tenderly and be of good aid and service to you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it lands on your heart in good health, truth, and wisdom and love. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.